gotta give me.
What can you
give
turn
me a minute
into?
to remember what I'm here.
Okay, we're playing Superworld, playtesting this. Brand new characters, woo! So, let me give you a real quick background of the world. Superpowers started popping up in the 1930s, late 1930s during World War I. Nobody knows why or how they happened. They just, super-powered people started showing up. They fought in the war. The war ended up pretty much the same. History has been pretty much the same. With Vietnam, with Korea, Vietnam, and all that stuff happening. In the early 1980s, Jimmy Carter set up FORCE, which is the Federal Organization for the Registration and Certification of Exotics. This was an attempt to answer the growing demand that someone do something about the growing number of superpowered people in the United States. However, even as it was trying to go through Congress, lobbyist groups such as the NRA backed basically went against it, and it failed in Congress, so it did not become like superheroes had to sign up. It did, however, retain itself as an organization to actually help register superheroes. You guys can decide if you want to be registered with FORCE. You've had your powers long enough to realize, I'm a superhuman, I've made a costume, well, except for Bo, who thinks he did, but he's blind, so I don't know what's going on there. It's your super shorts, sir. Anyway,
this looks cool.
you can decide if you have registered. You're as a superhero. You don't give away your secret identity, any of that kind of stuff. But you can register. What that does is they take information on your superpowers, what you tell them. And additionally, you also are given, as voluntary registration, and you're given access to the FBI and Interpol files. It also provides you with a computer message board, which is and to which you can receive messages and contact other people. So you guys decide at this point if you want to be a part of, if you've registered with FORCE. It is completely voluntary. You don't have to if you don't want to. Any supervillains that register with FORCE or superheroes that register and then turn out to be supervillains, they are not allowed access anymore, but all the information that they gave about their powers and such is then added to a database on supervillains. FORCE also does training if you want training. There's a deputy program where you're actually deputized and work with police forces if you so desire. The local FORCE team is called the Flying Squad here in San Francisco. It consists of Stormbolt, Fury, Maestro, and Captain Wonder. They all fly, and actually the Flying Squad throughout the United States, there are certain flying squads in certain areas. You don't have to be able to fly. A lot of them do. And they're just used as, FORCE uses them to try to stop crime and that kind of thing. I'm going to move this Nyssa since it's empty. So, we're going to go around. We're going to start with Nyssa, if she'll let us, to tell us who your character is, give kind of a recap on powers, and then we'll figure out if you guys know each other and the like. So Nyssa, who are you playing? Is that what she's dressed as too?
No.
Oh, okay.
But kind of. For now, until I get her outfit worked
Okay.
out, because I didn't have time to do that because I took forever on everything else.
So what's her superhero name?
The Silk Shadow.
Okay. And you want to give us some basics that not you characters, the other characters won't necessarily know this, but a little bit about her.
About her like superpower, so this is okay. This
Well,
isn't talking in front of.
Right. This is just an introduction for everybody, for me mainly.
Okay.
What is she? What are just the general gist of her powers and how she got them?
Well, she started out with a rich family. Apparently, that wasn't the plan, but that's how I rolled. And she basically was a runner for the family business, a delivery girl, if you will, of high-end products. Some she knew what they were, some she didn't.
Okay, so what happens here?
She was taking a delivery, and there was something in a container, and I don't remember how it happened. It kind of burned, and she just didn't really think about it that much, so it was just like a little drop of something got on her skin when she was taking it, and didn't really make much of it. She's like, ow, but it was, and she washed it off and thought it was fine. And then, like a week later, fever, blah blah blah.
And she started having these powers of what?
She woke up one day and got out of bed and realized she couldn't see herself. She was invisible.
Okay.
And
She can turn invisible. What else can she do?
and she started being able to notice that she could understand what people were feeling, like without just them telling her. Just kind of
Okay.
not mind reading, but she felt what they were feeling.
Yeah. Empathy. She's got empathy
Yeah.
with other people. Anything else of note?
She
Did you keep the shape-shifting ability? Being able
no shape shifting.
to
No. What else does she do?
Oh yeah, she can impersonate people.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the mimicking ability. You can actually change yourself to look exactly like another person.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
She
I don't know anything about that.
yeah, I don't either.
Absolutely not.
And she was almost hit by a car, but so she jumped out of the way, but realized it was going to be a couple minutes. So she sensed that danger was coming. But
Okay,
she
so she's
didn't
got a
know
danger
how.
sense. Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of her handicaps and disadvantages? Does she have family, relatives who are
Yes.
endangered by her powers?
Well, she doesn't think anyone else has noticed her thing, so she doesn't think that's a problem.
Okay.
No one really knows what she is. She didn't tell anyone. She is very cautious though, and kind of emotional, especially when it
Okay.
comes to her younger sister, who is
That's
an
right.
activist and lands herself in jail all the time. So she always has to deal with her
Okay. Is she
because she tries to cover up.
Does she
so
act?
doesn't.
Is she an activist in anything in particular, or just like any
Pretty
anything
much.
that comes her way?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's very.
Okay.
She's like me in the emotional.
Make sure you think of a name for your sister. Bo, who are you playing?
Divekick.
Divekick. Tell us about Divekick.
So he was a 31-year-old playboy named Jeff, and he absolutely loved martial arts movies. And then one night there was this big fire,
Okay.
and like burned down his whole place, and all his movies burned up. And something from the fumes he breathed or something. There's no way of knowing, but like his
Okay.
butler found him just meditating with a mullet and jean shorts.
Okay.
And the only damage he'd suffered was that he was
He
blind.
went blind from this. Okay.
Yeah.
Has he become a recluse? Was he a recluse before the accident, which was a few weeks ago, or how long?
Not really.
Okay.
But he wasn't like super out there either.
Okay.
He was just kind of casual.
So your secret identity right now is in flux. You don't know what you're going to do with it. Okay. And he wears just a blindfold when he goes out?
In
Okay.
jean shorts. And they didn't really believe me when I went to register, but
You did register with Force. Okay. Nyssa, did you register with Force?
I don't remember.
Do you want to? You can or you don't have to. It's up to you.
Well, did you say there were consequences if we didn't register with?
No, it's purely voluntary. It was supposed to be mandatory. It got shot down in Congress.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just a voluntary thing. The only thing is if you turn super villain, you will no longer have access, and they will use any information that they have found on you to help other superheroes.
Okay.
Well, they would do
I
that
don't think
anyway.
I've done anything yet.
Okay, so
I'm
you're
just
not
kind of
Force.
sitting on it.
So you have registered with Force. What are your
Yeah.
powers, Bill? I mean, overall.
martial arts,
Okay.
doppelganger,
What does that do?
like more
You make
views.
multiple. Okay. Okay.
I can have 2 more of me.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
have to like split your powers between the stuff.
Oh, neat. Okay.
I've got darkness, so like I can
Okay, you can
darkness,
create darkness. Okay.
sonar,
You do that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
a little
And
bit of strength.
sonar. That's right. You have to have sonar because you're blind.
Yeah,
Okay.
strength and leap.
Okay.
Dangerous and illusion projection.
And you have danger sense too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely need to know who has danger sense because that can come into play like before anything happens. Okay. Nice.